here we are behind the scenes, ACBA World Tournament, round 1. And we are gearing up. It is Thursday night. I have to have this recorded by noon tomorrow. 1 tomorrow, 2 tomorrow, 2 p.m. tomorrow. But Priceless has a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of work to do. I still got to hook up the windows. Those aren't set yet. But here we are. And we're going to do it till it's done. What can I say? Oh, you know what I did want to touch before we even do the display. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna basically, the floor is just gonna be littered with, you know, bottles, and we're gonna bring some dirt into play. So we're just gonna try to make the floor look as realistic as possible. Cap's head is gonna be pulled off by Giant Man as Sentry's holding him down. We got the pop cutout, and so we'll be ready to go with that. And then Deadpool, we're not sure yet. It looks like he's just going to be on top of the dumpster stabbing the body of Spider-Woman, who, interestingly enough, Priceless is working on right now. So what she's doing is she's taking a hot knife and she's, and this camera actually gets it pretty good, she's manipulating the plastic on the action figure. And then she's painting the plastic so it looks like this, you know, like it's skin that's falling off the character, which is great, and it looks great. Sentry, where's Sentry at? Right there, is done, and he looks really good. And Wasp is also done, and she's looking really, really good. So Wasp's head is gonna be jerking back like that because she is going to get shot in the head by Punisher. You know what? She needs the bottom of the neck is more exposed, so we just have to.
Well, we still have to add blood to it too, so that's gonna.
That'll be the okay.
Like filler.
I gotcha. All right, so we got a couple hours to complete this.
Let's
get it in. All right, we're back real quick just because I wanted to. I wanted to get Priceless's. I don't know if I showed it enough, but she has the handkerchief going, so it's that gangster look. But what she doesn't realize is that it's matching her shirt. Oh, so it's almost like she planned the whole ensemble, cool. But no, she did not. She does not plan accordingly. This just happened by luck.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty gangster right now.
Yeah. And it says I love fighters, but let's just make believe it says I love figures.
Yes.
Let's make believe, because we're working with figures.
It says I love
figures. Word. All right, we got you. We progress and prepare for round 1 of the ACBA World Tournament. It is around 12:30, and we are cutting ourselves off at 2 a.m. But a lot of progress has been made. So Priceless has been working vigorously on making these heads look like they were ripped from their bodies, as those are going to line up the fence. She worked on Giant Man and gashed him up a little bit, zombied him up. And Cap is ready to be decapitated, or has been. The dial is also pretty much ready. I may add some tags on the back, well, I'm not sure, but this is where we're at so far. I started taking out the cutouts and kind of laying them out so that tomorrow morning will be when we record the video. So we have Punisher here, and he's just, his bubble's gonna say, "What the bleep is this?" That sounded horrible. What the bleep is this?
What the bleep?
What the bleep is this? I don't know. Punisher's about to be on Daredevil season 2, so I guess we'll get a better voice. Although he's the actor from The Walking Dead, so we know what he sounds like. Bam Bam is going to be above the gun. Wasp is going to be right here, getting shot in the head flying back. There's a pop-up, the pop cutout once again, that's going to be between the head being ripped from Steve Rogers' body by Giant Man, as he's held by Sentry. Hooked up a quick billboard with just some tags and threw in some old Method Man flyers that are stacked here at Priceless's. Yeah, it's huge stack of Method Man. I mean, mind you, this happened years ago. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if the light. Let me see if the light.
It's a huge stack.
Yeah, it's a huge stack right there. But so we just made that the because you know I'm a big Wu-Tang fan, so I'm kind of glad that was there. I just pay homage to those guys. that I've been ripping for years. And then, so yeah, so right now the idea is to have Deadpool basically take his sword and just stab kind of in this direction and stab Spider-Woman. That's kind of the plan. Not stab her, but decapitate her as she's crawling on that vent because she has no legs. Both legs are gone? Yeah, she has no feet. She has no below the knee is gone. So she's crawling so we can have Deadpool standing here stabbing up and the head just kind of flying off. That might be a cool scene. I don't know if I have the cutout for it. That's the only thing. But we will see. We got the lights in here already, so those will be popping. Although this light up here is dying a little bit. So it's only popping. And that's where we're at for now. Alright, y'all. And we are out of here. Peace. Alright, we're in the stretch run. 12:30 was our own self-imposed deadline on this Friday morning. As the only opportunity I'm going to have to download this at the computer I need to download it at is only available to me from about... It's a long story. Anyway, we have to finish real soon. And so Priceless is now adding the blood. Everything is set up in terms of where the characters are going to be, where the action figures are going to be. Who's fell? Who's head fell?
The Cap's head fell.
Oh, great.
You gotta put that back up.
Except for Cap's head that she's just knocked down. And so, yeah, we're in the stretch run. And I'm going to start recording this as soon as she's done applying the blood. And we get Cap's head back in Giant Man's hands. Alright, y'all. You know what? Let me wrap around so y'all can see it a little bit better. I guess you really can't see it that much.
What?
No, I'm just...
Am I in the way?
No, not at all. Keep doing your thing.
Oh, okay.
Come on, we're not going to stop for this. We don't have time.
Okay. You're right.
Alright, so it is Sunday night. It is about 11:20 p.m. And all entries for the first round of the ACBA World Tournament are due tonight at 11:59, so in less than half an hour. But we were already uploaded by Thursday, or by Friday morning, or by Friday afternoon. So we were ready to go as of then, and the video has been released publicly, and so I have a bunch of other videos. So if you haven't had the opportunity, go to Facebook for events, look under Articulated Comic Book Art World Championship Tournament. It should pop up, and there they're keeping all of the videos together. So it gives us all of us an opportunity to just kind of scroll through that and see them individually. No video is longer than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so if you have a couple of minutes to see some really cool action figure photography, videography, please do so, as some of the entries are really, really good. But what I wanted to do is take about 4 or 5 minutes and discuss the end, or not the end, but just kind of discuss our thought process for this entry, for this round. The theme was... I always kind of mess up when I get to the theme. The theme was just Halloween. It was just...
Right, it was just Halloween.
You know, gory, keep it that type of... So, we I honestly didn't really even know what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until a week ago where I finally kind of came up with the idea. And then wanted Priceless to be part of the team, or of this, so we can make a team. Because I know that there's been couples in the past that have entered together. So we were able to do that. So we entered together. Excuse me. Unfortunately, what happens... Well, first, she did an amazing job on customizing some of these figures. Unfortunately, what happens is because we're customizing and we're trying to get a look, but we're not sure what it's going to look like, how the setup's going to be. So, for example, for Sentry, she was able to kind of rip his heart out, essentially. And I'll show that in a minute. She did a really good job on Wasp's wings and Wasp's face. So a lot of that, you know, we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That includes the intro. That includes, you know, for the most part, I like to put pictures at the end. So we can't focus too much, too long on too many things. But because we get to have this type of video where at the end we can discuss it, we can do that. So the first thing I wanted to say is that Priceless is sitting right next to me right now. So she's also going to be in this conversation as we kind of just break down a little bit of what the thought process was. So real quick, my idea ultimately became creating something zombie-esque. Basic, everybody's doing zombies, but I love zombies, and I've loved zombies for a really long time. And I know that Priceless is also a fan of horror and zombies. So this pop cutout kind of was one of the inspirations for me.
I want him with the head.
And That's Cap's head. It fell from Giant Man's hand. It was stuck there with some wax and it just fell. So he's on the ground now. So basically what, if you can see, this is a really good example of the work that Priceless put in. So tell everyone what you used to make that happen.
I used a silicone makeup product called Third Degree. It's just a 2-part silicone, mixed it up and used that for the flesh bits, all the torn parts. And then I used blood that I made on my own. And also some face paints.
What's more or less in this blood that you make?
More or less it's corn syrup, a few different colors, coffee grounds. That's pretty much what it is.
And so and the reason we went that route is because these are part of my collection. You know, Spider-Man's head and Nick Fury and Daredevil and Scarlett Johansson, as I'll always call her, Black Widow. And those heads were some of the other body parts of Spider-Woman were just scraps because the newer figures were out. So these are the Toy Biz figures, so it's easy enough to just kind of destroy these a little bit. But so for example, and I'm just gonna, things are gonna fall, but that's okay because we're taking this apart. So she was able to come in and talk a little bit about, you see how on her face, on her chin, how the skin's kind of hanging. What tool did you use to kind of get that look?
I used a wood burner to just like cut up into all these bits and take out her sides. Anything that you see with like indents in it, her hand right there. I used a wood burner for all of those.
Okay. And the one thing I will recommend, if you guys do use a wood burner, do it somewhere where there's ventilation. Yes. Or cover your face because it's not a good smell.
No, not
so yeah, and then for the figures, silicone was for the skin part, and then you just use what kind of paint so that they're removable, because I think a lot of people may ask that question.
Yeah, I just used regular kids face paint.
Okay.
The brand that I use for most of them is Wolf, W-O-L-F-E, but there's a bunch of brands out there, Snazaroo, Mayron, I mean, there's a billion of them.
Do me a favor, take Captain America off of there, just rip them off.
Oh,
just lift them up, yeah, just lift them up. So this was, that's okay, things are gonna fall, we expected that to happen. So this was the detail I was talking to you guys about a few minutes ago, where she kind of dug into his ribs, essentially.
Yeah, I even ripped off his fingers.
And I'm sorry if his camera's all shaky. I'm trying to look. Yep, you can see the ripped fingers and you can see his face. Turn his head a little bit so we can see. Yeah, perfect. And you can see his neck. And that's all done with the wood burner and just some paints, basically. The dust, the kind of the... You have this dirt that you can just blow on. What is that?
It's called Plains dust. It's just a cosmetic dirt.
So it was really cool because I was able to just kind of blow dust onto Spider-Woman, and actually I was able to dirty up the Punisher a little bit too. So it was definitely a good look. And up here, real quick, it's just a torn up Spider-Woman who was zombified, and then Deadpool just ended her real quick. And then for Giant Man, real similar to what you saw on the head of Cap, which was just basically silicone and paints. But again, this is all something that can be removed and will not injure or damage or hurt the figure in any way.
Right. The silicone just pulls off. It literally feels like a little bit of soft plastic.
I'm still missing the hand, so we were able to create a nub. But yeah, so basically that's it. I don't want to spend too much time. I just wanted to kind of go through everything. We are very happy with our entry. We spent all day going through everybody's entries. There's a lot of really good ones. And thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, peace out. All right, so we're back real quick, just because I do want to show, just in case anyone's going to hesitate, I wanted to show, or Priceless wanted to show how easy it is to take off the makeup.
Ready?
Go.
Okay, so this is brain. You just peel it off.
Bam.
And take off his chest injury. Of course. See, nice clean plastic.
Nice clean plastic.
Injury. His face. Bam. Ooh, let's take his eye off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is.
And his eye is back to normal. Yeah, so that's all it is. It's just it doesn't damage the paint job at all, and it gives it a really good look. And honestly, a lot of and see, I don't know if you saw that as she ripped it off, how she had blended the paint to his arm, which was great.
You can even like save the pieces and reuse them.
You know what? We're gonna actually save that nubbin
have,
piece. Yeah.
You don't have to toss them because
Exactly.
you can just stick them back with a little silicone.
Yeah. So a lot of times, and honestly, I would not have ever thought of using silicone on an action figure, but because Priceless is an experienced makeup artist, she does special effects. So naturally, right away, when I asked, when I kind of told her what my vision was, she right away was like, I know exactly what to do with it. So that was great.
You look at this one. This is his thigh injury. Gross. And get back. Ew.
So what we do now is just wipe down the figures, and basically he's back to normal. All right, y'all. Thank you.